real conversation I just had with one of my new clients, and I have this conversation on the regular. So I decided to come here on TikTok and have the conversation with you in hopes that I have this conversation a lot less. Okay? So the conversation went like this. I used to pay an agency just to run me ads, and they didn't produce a single thing. And my response to that is, exactly, because if you just go after tactics, you're not going to get any results. If you just try to go out and do tons of social media, but you have no way of selling stuff, you've got no system set up, you have no plan of how you're going to turn those strangers into a customer, you're going to fail, right? All right, so then he's like, yeah, it did fail. I'm like, all right, so now we've got to do the marketing strategy. And so he says to me, can I just have my assistant do the marketing strategy? Like, can I just have them do... I said, you hired me as your fractional CMO. I'm here because I know the marketing, and I'm going to help you through the process so that maybe you don't want to work with me after a year and you go on and you go to succeed because now you know it works. Now you got a plan. Now you know how to produce this predictable growth in your business, right? So I had this huge conversation. He's like, oh, but I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to do it. And it's so easy to think you can just throw money at ads, throw money at whatever, and think that somehow magic is going to happen. But what happens is people do this. They spend tons of money, and they end up firing their agency because they're not getting results. And then they wonder, like, does this even work? I'm like doing the Trump thing. Does this even work? Does the social media thing even work? It doesn't if you just try to throw money at stuff. It doesn't if you just don't go after a tactic. It doesn't if you just like, oh, I took this course and he told me to run YouTube lead generation and that's how I'm going to succeed. No, it's not how you're going to succeed. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. That's not how you're going to succeed. You're going to succeed by creating a marketing plan, a strategy that's going to turn strangers into knowing you and learning to like you and love you, turning them into buyers by building trust with them, building relationships with them. That's the point of social media, right? We've got to do the same thing that we do in person with people. And maybe that's the problem because a lot of people have issues with in-person relationships these days. We've got to build real relationships. We've got to connect with people and get to know them. And we've got to do that in a digital way. So, end of my rant. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.